terms of neurobiology of DMT, you know, there were some early studies done in the 1950s that were some self-administration by some researchers, even at, I believe, the National Institutes of Health, demonstrated and to some extent quantified, the potent psychoactive effects of DMT, and along those lines, I believe it was included in the general kind of spectrum of interesting molecules back in the 1950s and 1960s that had psychedelic or hallucinogenic-like effects at a time when it was considered to be really potentially very promising for the kind of fledgling field of neuroscience and biological psychiatry to kind of further investigate these molecules, not only for what they told us about the brain, but for their potential therapeutic application. And then all of this sort of came to a halt at the end of the 1960s because of the widespread public attention to the non-medical use of LSD and other psychedelic compounds that led to their eventual legal control through the culminating in the Controlled Substance Act of 1970. So since 1970, there really was no human research with these substances until Rick Strassman, yourself, restarted it again in 1990s, and the animal research, I think, kind of slowly, kind of just bumped along. It was never really a molecule that was, for whatever reasons, became widely attractive to study in more detail. So there were a few animal studies, there were a few kind of human studies that documented the presence of DMT in the blood and other body fluids of humans, and an attempt to try to make sense of that in some way, which was complicated by the fact that it was there in very low levels, and there was a lot of irreproducibility of the results and so forth. And the real, I think, the huge development in this area was when you started the work that you did at the beginning of the 1990s to really kind of re-legitimize the giving of these Schedule I psychedelic compounds to humans, and show that this could be done in a safe and reliable way, and that reliable results could be documented and so forth. Kind of reopened the whole field of research for the psychedelic compounds for the first time since the end of the 1960s.